Aussie gem hunter to Steve here, 6:15 in the morning, and we're going to get down and do some overburden. So that's what the chute looks like. So all the overburden's going to hit that and run down there. So basically we'll do 80 of those buckets, and that bucket comes up and over, hits there and slides down and makes a mess there. So this is what 6:15 in the morning looks like. Absolutely stunning. And it's actually Easter long weekend. And look at that. Absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, and I want to spend it all underground. Anyway, let's go do some digging. Yeah, so it's time to reroute a whole bunch of stuff so I can get more air into that corner. I've got to go forward one more to show you. So this needs to be rerouted without falling over. So this is back there, and you can see how that cable's just tight as. So we're going to unplug that and then reroute that. We'll get another 2 or 3 meters out of it, and then the other blower was down here, and I've put it there now. So yeah, so we're going to unplug that and get a little bit more light in there, and hopefully use both those big lights for what we're doing. And that's a little dumping ground. We'll probably fill that up over a period of time, because I'm not going to get to this wall or get to that wall there. I might shave a bit on this side here, but that won't affect, the dumping ground. So that's the plan. I'll show you when it's done. Right, yeah, all set up. Let's give you a look at the run and then what we're going to do. So we've come from this area here, so this area here, and then our run is, you still hear the extraction fans going. There's one there, and the blowers and the fan there. And we come this way, and you'll be able to hear both of them. All the way through here now. We've rerouted back up to there. So that's our run. That's what we're going to do 80 times today before 2:30. We've got to have a shower, then get to a mate's place for a bit of an Easter celebration. So I'll have to pull my finger out. It's 10 to 7 now. This is the wall that we're going to attack. What I wanted to do is take this section here, because this section here was, where we were getting that stone, and there's still some big billies, and that's a big rock, for instance. That's a billy. It's a shovel for context of how big it is. Then one there, we had one there, we had a big one there. We've still got a few little billies here, and it's coming up as well. So if we go forward one more, that'll give me the space to go that way, and also they're a reminder of what sort of material we've got. So we go from about here, all the way through to about there. But I just want to get forward one more, so I don't have to do too much in that corner. So yeah, we're going to go forward one more. We were getting, material out of that waxy, you get sort of sapphire out of that waxy material, and you can see there was a massive big billy there. So we're going to head that direction, and if it still slopes up that way, you know, we go forward one more, we'll attack it that way. So if it drops down or anything like that, or if we get more stone that way, we'll just keep on punching that way until I run out of air, and then we'll go into that direction where, you know, where I know on the other side is a big dip. So we get towards the dip and hit the edge of the dip and then come back out again, or marry up with it and use it as a dumping ground. And we did get okay stone there, and there's a billy there, and there's one big one there, so it's probably worth going that way as well. So this whole area produces, which is great. And I'll take it to this line here, and then there down I'll take. You see how there's sandy material here? I don't like the look of that, but that slow water there, let's find out what's on the back side of that slow water. Yeah, fingers crossed, backside of that slow water's got a whole bunch of sapphire. Okay, so overburden all done, and let's just see what we've got going on and what I think's going to happen and whether I'm full of it or not. Let's have a look. Okie dokie, so if we have a proper look, we've still got, we had a big billy, which is a big rock, right, and there's still got one there, and there's one on the floor, there's one on the floor there. I'm more interested in that side than I'm really interested in this side. But we'll see what happens, because, you know, I want big billies on the floor because normally they stop a lot more material, but because it's all slow water, and you can tell it's slow water, if you have a look at this side, you know, it's all sandy, you know, that's fast water, and then this side here is all waxy. You know, even when you touch it like that, you know, you get that wax stuff on your fingers. So that's slow water, indicator of slow water at least anyway. And see, there's just a sandy layer there, and, you know, billies in the bottom, and hopefully everything's piled up in there, and then sapphires. So, yeah, but when we come to the top, because that's all, obviously the big billy was here, and that's at the top, so I don't want to cut anything lower than that. But until I punch into it, I don't really know. And then when we have a look on top, you know, it's not really indicative of that waxy layer. So, and I've cut it, I've cut about 1 inch or 2 extra on the top. Obviously, I didn't punch into here, you know, where this starts. I've sort of left it a bit proud, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so this stuff here kind of looks like what we're chasing, that waxy material, so you can see the colour of it. And this thing here over here doesn't. So we'll see. You know, so that's that blondie material, and that's that sandy material. You know, you can see the rubbish on my fingers already. So let's dig it, see what happens. This is where the sapphires were coming from, so let's go. Now, if they don't pop up here, and it's about 1/2 metre, it's not a big bench, but it'll take me 4 or 5 processes to process it because it's so high. It's almost at like a 600 mil, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, just to scale. For scale, you know, that's the shovel for scale, you know. And if it doesn't work out, we're going to go that way, because I know that stone was all peering up that way, and then there's stone this way as well, because, you know, you can see where the billies are, and we'll just hammer forward that way. But if we get them this way, we keep that going that way until they run out, and then we'll know how much to go this way or that way. That way or that way. Okay. Ripping in now. Okay, No sapphire just yet. Plenty of sweat, no sapphire. I'll just turn you around and give you a look at what's happened. And it just doesn't happen to me too often, so let's have a look. Rightio. So, this is our granite floor. So that's our granite floor. Come on, pick. So you can see the granite floor there. And then that's wash underneath here. And that's granite right there. So there's granite right there, there's granite here. And wash underneath it. So that big billy was sitting here and it stopped because of the granite, so nothing really depending on trying to get out of the light. The granite there and granite there, and there was that big billy just sitting right up on top of everything, and then there's a big billy just there, and this is a piece of iron. I just scratched that out of there. That's a palm-sized hunk of iron. So that's an indicator that, that everything piled up in this area. We should go, either that way or this way. But we'll see what we get punching forward a little bit more. If it steeps right up, we could be in for a show. But if it peters out after this, that's what was holding all of this, heavy material up to this stage where the water's come up and piled up. So, fingers crossed it keeps going. Sapphires keep on popping out, and we go all right because the sweat's just teeming for me today. Rightio, I should have just left the camera running. Literally took 3 or 4 jackhammers, and let's have a look. There's like 2 sapphires just popped out and not in the. Anyway, let's have a look. Okay, you can't really see them, but there's one there, and there's one there, and what's that? That's just a rock by the looks of things. Anyway, we'll throw some light on it. Just a rock. Let's throw some light on these 2. Oh, it's got a crack in it. Yeah, it's all cracked. Oh, they might be colour lines. That's good colour though. I'll have to look at that one a little bit further. But yeah, it's cracked. Yeah, it's got cracks in it. That's a damn shame. That's a nice colour. Let's have a look at this one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is going to the pocket. I hope they're not fractures. This light's too strong and this thing's too dirty. But let's have a look at that upstairs. It looks like it's got some fractures on this end here. But that is beautiful colour. Look at that. And they look like, I can't really see. You guys can't probably see, but look at that. That's got to be like 10 carats, maybe even 11 carats. That is a beautiful colour, but I think they're cracks. I think it's cracked all up. I'm going to have to look up upstairs, but yeah, my initial excitement might be skunked. Anyway, I just lost the other one. Anyway, sapphire, right? And it's popping out. So that just, very excited. This little guy could be a winner, but we'll have to have a proper look upstairs. It's a super strong torch, so normally it hides a few cracks on me, but I think it's got a few too many cracks in it, but we'll wash it, have a look upstairs. Sapphire though. Okay, so we're sort of back. I'll get out of the light a little bit, see if we can't get a proper look at it. That's basically granite there and granite there. So we're talking about that section there and that section there and this section here, and there's a bit of granite back here. So there's wash in between, see that? There's a rock or whatever in between and a big billy, rock there. And that's what the wash looks like. That's what I'm digging at the moment. So you can see how those big sections of granite floor or granite boulders have stopped all that water, and it's all clay in there. And fingers crossed, it's got sapphire. Well, there's a sapphire pocket right there. We know that because I've picked one or two out. You know, and if that goes this way, you know, in that direction, I'm going to have to follow it in that direction, because all that slow water here, you know, I'll have to follow it that way or this way, depending where it's at. So I'll just sort of show you why the whole entire area is that slow water. It's because those granite boulders or whatever granite's been there has stopped a lot of the water with a lot of the billies. Fingers crossed, there's sapphire. Hey guys, team effort today. Twani did all the processing, and then I did all the digging. So we'll see how lucky the combo gets. Okay, Twani's super keen to start, so we'll let her jump in.
Can I start now?
There you go.
Taking the big ones.
Yeah, get rid of all the big ones.
I'm having a
Try
feeling.
not to throw them in the...
What's that?
Feeling.
I'm having a feeling.
What feeling's that? Oh look, there's one there.
I
That's
saw
a
that
bomb.
before and I thought I had seen too much.
Make sure you check that. Yeah.
I checked that.
Oh, yeah. Now we'll ask the viewers whether you checked or not. Anyway, if it's that big, it was throwing it out that way. But I have lightened the pulsator up a bit because we found it was overflowing a little bit. So I did pull out some heavy material. There's a sapphire. Looks like a star sapphire. Look.
Yeah, these is as well, isn't it?
Hmm? Yeah. Okay, so we know we've got one good one in there. You want to show the camera? Yeah. That'll do. Yes, yeah, that'll be good for a skin polish. It's super flat. Won't be able to cut it. Oh, geez, look at that. Put some light in it. I'd missed that one underground. Ah, it's a bomb, but
Yeah, it's a big bomb.
But it's a big bomb. There's some colour in it.
Well, I will be doing. I'll be getting that.
Oh, there's another one. Another bomb by the looks of things. Yeah.
Another one.
So.
It's easy to find bombs, isn't it?
Well,
That's not what we want actually. Is it spinel? Or
that's
just
spinel,
a...
yeah. No, we don't want
spinel.
bombs. Yeah, we keep spinel. They've got some value.
Oh,
So we did 37 wheelbarrows all up. So if you're wondering, if you're playing along at home.
Oh, look at this one.
Is it nice? Oh yeah.
Okay. As always.
Well, what's that?
For that color.
That's a shattered piece. Spinel. We did find that one underground, and I did stick it back in here. I didn't trust that pulsator. I wasn't that keen to trust the pulsator on a good stone.
So many, but
Yeah.
oh, look at this one.
Oh, that one might be nice. Yeah, it's got fractures.
Look at this one.
Yeah, that's nice. Is it just flat, is it?
Just too flat.
It's too flat.
Look at this one.
That's the one we found underground. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. That's the one I didn't trust. I didn't trust for the...
Calm down.
I'm not calm. I want sapphire.
Me too.
That's this little spinel.
I want a ruby.
Yeah, everybody wants a ruby, I think. It's sapphire. I'll take it inside, have a look at it.
Oh.
What have you got? A bit of a corner now.
Look at this one.
Spinel.
Not really the best.
Not really the best. Sapphire.
Gosh,
Split.
seriously, so many.
We're going to check all the baffles too, so we won't put you through that pain, but I basically, the pulsator wasn't running 100% smooth. That's just a bomb. 100% smooth, so look at that. You should check that. It's got fractures in it, you see?
This color is always so hard, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, this could be nice. Yeah, look at that.
Look please.
Be about 3 carats. Might get a half a carat out of that. So that's 2 cutters by the looks of things. Dive into that.
Calm down.
I want you to dive into the end because I can't do it.
Look at this.
Yeah, that's rutile.
What is this?
In the, just the star material.
Mm.
What's that? That cod looks okay. Skunked spinel.
Zircons is all.
This is a little, but it looks okay. No. Show it. Gee, there's 1,000 little ones in there. You can almost just pick them up.
Oh, it's so easy to find a bomb.
We've got one good one, so don't, it looks like 2 cutters for the day, and until we get inside, we don't really know. And we've got to check the other baffles too, that's the most important thing, because those other baffles, because the wash was running pretty hard, obviously, as I said before, so.
Mm.
Missed that one, look at that. Look at that beautiful little piece. Missed that one. You're flicking one way and I'm flicking the other way. Rightio guys, we're going to check in. Yeah, look, you dropped it.
Let's check in.
We're going to stop and check in with you guys later. Alrighty, so bit of a haul. That's our spinel. Got a nice big spinel there. Let's do a weigh up. I want to weigh this big one first, so it had like semi-clear what it weighed. 80 carats. Yeah, it's good. And these other 2 bombs. It's 135 carats just in those alone. Some of the stones all right. I've had a bit of a look. We've got a little jelly bean there that looks all right, and obviously that one we found underground's the saviour of the day. It's definitely a money stone. Whether it turns out to 1 carat, 5 or 2, I think we'll get 2 carats out of it. Hoping for 3, but that'd be an awesome return. But anything around that 2 carat mark, and this spot keeps on producing and producing. So yeah, very, very happy. Can't get a smile off my face, but let's do it. 411 carats. So out of the 37 wheelbarrows, it's over 100. It's over 135 carats each time. So that's bloody unreal. Let's show you the good ones. So good material in stars and possibles and probables. We'll have a look for the 2 days. Obviously 1 day of overburden and the other day, the wash, 54 carats, 54.3. But I'm most excited about this little thing right here. Not particularly little. It's 12.4 carats, but check that goodness out. Let's get you a proper look at it. Kind of hard to see on camera, but that is an amazing stone. It's very, very sort of pimply on the outside. Look, it's got a heap of just, bubbles on the skin. So we're going to have to put a window in it. Oh, look out. We're going to have to put a window in it just to see what it's like. But look at that colour. I can't shine the light into it properly, otherwise you just get blinded. But look at that. That colour zoning and is amazing. Almost looks like, a heart. Yeah, it almost took my heart away. But yeah, every way you look at it, it's gorgeous. It may not need heat either. So I'll get a window on it. I mean, heat will just lighten it up a little bit. We'll get a little window on it and see how it reacts. And then there's a couple of pieces. This is a super flat piece, It's sort of flat, and you'd skin polish it. You just basically you know, polish it down and skin polish it. But this one's got a little boomerang in it, almost Tassie, you know, the shape of Tassie. So yeah, how cool is that? And this one's, you know, starry material. Can't really see it, but there's bronze on it, so that's a star. The other one was a star too, so this one's, sorry, that's a piece. This is the star. You'll be able to see a bit more of a bronze hue on that one. Yeah, not showing up in camera. And this is the little jelly bean. How gorgeous is that? There is a crack right there. Is it a crack? Oh, that's the shape of the stone. Crack? Yeah, a little crack. Ah, son of a. It weighed 3.4 or 5 carats. You'd kind of lose that in pre-forming anyway. So I might get, you know, it's 3/4 of a carat out of it, and it is gorgeous like that. It's just, it'll come out that nice, beautiful blue, and that crack doesn't look like it goes too far, so it might just be, yeah, it's definitely a crack just there. And it just goes to there. So wouldn't be my place without having a stone with a crack in it, but it might go a trillion or something like that. You know, like, beautiful colour. Great day. Day of days. Keep on having them, which is great. That spot keeps on coughing up good sapphire. Very, very excited and keen for the next one. That's what I am. I'm keen, chomping at the bit to do 80 wheelbarrows and then the wash. Okay, another episode down. What a fantastic day, right? 12.5 carats. It's just like an amazing stone. You know, I sort of got a little bit disappointed underground because I thought there was cracks in it, but check. Okay, look at that. There's all those blue lines, the yellow. It ended up being 4.41 carats. So just absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. That is a phenomenal stone. It just seems like it's like the TARDIS. It's got, you know, huge amounts of depth, and you look at it in one way and it's blue, and you look at another way, it's yellow and green. It just shines like every different color. Absolutely gorgeous. 4.4, I mean, this is why I dig. This is why I did. It's just phenomenal. Big stone, no inclusions, phenomenal, just absolutely gorgeous. That spot just keeps on producing and producing, you know. If every day was like this, I'll give you a different light. I got too much refraction on that light. If every day was like this, every week it turned out something like this, and that's in the worst light possible. I mean, that is the worst light, and it's still, you can just see the depth and the color and the Mother Nature. You are fantastic. Yeah, Mother Nature, you are spectacular. Look at that. So amazing. Very, very happy, you know. You couldn't ask for more. Look at that. I think we'll end it on that. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell.